All right. I've already taken the liberty to get onto the Radtel website, and the URL is radtels with RADTELS.com. All right. In order to get to where you want to go, to get to the CPS, you click over here on support, and then on software. Sorry, went a little too quick. And then you have to scroll almost all the way down to the bottom. I'm already on there, and I'm going to download, see the RT-13 mini radio. I'm going to download the B version of the CPS software. It's downloaded. I click on it, and then I come up here, double click. Then I want more info, run anyway. Yes, I want to install it. I want English. That's the directory I want it in. And I do want to create a desktop shortcut and install. And there we go. And it should start up here. There we go. All right. When I come back, I'll connect the radio and we'll take a look. All right. I have the programming cable hooked up to my computer. I have it hooked into the radio. I'm now going to turn the radio on. Oh, it was already on. I'll turn it back on.
Power on. 22.
Okay, it's on channel 22. Now we'll do the settings. We'll do the communication port. It is COM3. I'll say OK. And now I want to read data from the device. Let's see what happens. Start. Hey, it's working. Wow. All right, success. And look, we have all these channels already pre-programmed in here, all 22 of them. All right, so let me play around with this a little bit, and I'll give you some of the highlights, and I'll be right back. All right, before I play around with any programming software, I always like to save at least one of these files somewhere. Here, let's see. Radtel RT-880. All right, well, maybe I'll just make a new one here. All right, let's do a new one. Folder. Radtel RT. Where's the dash? 13. All right, that sounds good. All right. We'll open up that. Yeah, and let's call it Radtel RT-13. I always call it orig config 1. Save, and then I want to save again. So I come up here and I save as. Click on the 1, change that to a 2. So now I'm going to have 2 of them. All right. So here we go. What are we going to look at first? Squelch setting of 5. I'm going to set this to 1. I usually set all of mine to 1, but if we have to change it, we will. Excuse me. The side key will lock the keypad. You can turn the side key off completely, or I can turn it on to scan. I think I'm going to leave the lock the keypad. Timeout timer is set for 120 seconds. You know what? Let's go ahead and set it for 60 seconds because I don't expect me to talk too much on this thing. We're not going to do any scanning. The breathing light, now, if those of you who don't know, a breathing light means that it'll flash every so many seconds just to let you know that the radio is on. I happen to like that feature. because as you saw when I first plugged it in, I didn't realize it was still on. Voice software, voice select, English. I do like it to talk to me because I want to know what channel it's on when I turn it on. Battery save. I usually turn the battery saves off. The beeps, I don't really care for the beeps. We're going to turn those off. High volume inhibit transmit, low volume inhibit transmit. Not quite sure exactly what that does. I'll have to try and find out later. And you can turn Vox on and off. I'll play with that a little bit later. I won't play with it at the moment. And then we'll come here through the channels. Of course, these are the FRS GMRS channels. And we see that we have transmit power high on all of our channels 1 through 22. That's interesting because we're limited to supposedly a half a watt on some of the channels in the FRS band. So I'll go through it and see if it actually is on high, or maybe it will automatically be limited to low when we get down to those channels. Okay, bandwidth, of course, is narrow. We don't need to have it wide. We don't have any CTCS S codes or DCS codes on receive or transmit. I'll program a few of those in later. Scan add, yes, we'll just leave them all on. Busy lock, we'll leave those off. Scramble, we do not use scramble on FRS, even though for business you should be able to use it, but you need a business licensed radio in order to legally use scramble. However, I wouldn't doubt if some businesses do use that. The jump code and the encryption, of course, you're not allowed to use encryption either, so those are all going to be off. All right, so these are channels 1 through 22 already programmed. I just kind of wonder if I might be able to change this. Let me see. Can I change the frequency? It kind of looks like I can. Let me see here. What am I doing? Well, it doesn't look like it likes. Oh yeah, there we go. 433.5. Okay. And let's do the same for receive. And let's do a transmit of 107.2. That's my little node, and we'll see if we can actually talk to my little node. Let's see. See if that works. It says save, and save as. I did save as on number 2. I'll do the same thing on number 1. All right, let me see if I can write to it. Let me turn this on.
Power on. 22.
And let's write it.
Power on. 22.
Okay, it looks like it rebooted. Let's try it again.
Power on. 22.
Okay, looks like it rebooted. Everything looks good. Success. All right, when I come back, we're going to play around with this a little bit.